Hello, beautiful people, or Assalamu alaikum, beautiful people. So, the other day, right, I posted a video in my course, the Effortless Rizq course, and I was basically explaining how Surah Al-Waqiah is one of those surahs that as soon as you listen to it, you kill poverty, you destroy poverty, and then you'll basically start to get a lot of rizq in your life. And I made a whole video, a 26-minute video, and then on top of that, I even showed like which exact like recitation do I listen to on a daily basis to start attracting more rizq into your life so that Allah can bless you even more. And by the way, just so you know, like this whole course, it's a beautiful course. I've been updating it anytime I get like ideas. But this one time I was in the shower and then I'm just like, you know what? I started getting more ideas on Surah Al-Waqi'ah on how you can attract rizq with it. And I'll show you how it can work in attracting rizq. But I was in the shower and I was just like, you know what? You shouldn't keep the knowledge of the Quran on a behind like a paywall, right? So even though this entire course, 4 weeks, 28 videos, and as you can see from this video, right? This video is like 26 long. So it's not even a short video. Every video is like they're not short. But just this one video about Surah Al-Waqi'ah, I'm like, I don't want to keep it behind the paywall. So I'll be sharing with you the knowledge behind why Surah Al-Waqi'ah is one of those surahs that as soon as you listen to, you'll change your whole life. So this video, consider it extremely valuable because this is coming from a place where people actually paid money for it, but I'm giving you only like a part of it because, again, you can't keep Quran behind the paywall. Now, the very first thing I want to show you is that if you go on Sheikh Asim al-Hakim, which I love the Sheikh, he's a beautiful Sheikh, but as soon as you see him talking about how when people ask him, does Surah Al-Waqi'ah actually prevent poverty? Does it save you from poverty, make you get a lot of wealth and all that stuff? And then he was saying there is no actual hadith that told you that Surah Al-Waqi'ah can prevent poverty. But listen, here's the thing. The hadith, this is only to my Muslim people right now. The hadith that talked about Surah Al-Waqi'ah preventing poverty is true. It's not a very strong hadith. But from our understanding, bro, if a hadith, even if it wasn't strong, if it's telling you to do good, that means that hadith, you can follow it. It's okay. So if you hear a hadith talking about how Surah Al-Waqi'ah is a surah that as soon as you listen to it is going to prevent poverty, there is something deep within that, even if the hadith was not 100% true. Because it's telling you to go and do good, that means there's some benefit in it. And so you can't just be like closed-minded and just be like, no, I'm not going to recite the surah at all because it doesn't prevent poverty and blah, blah, blah. No, Habibi, go and see. Why does it prevent poverty? Recite it. See, does it work? So from my experience, and you know what? From the experience of a bunch of people, so if you actually just search up Surah Al-Waqi'ah, how it changed my life, ideally search it up in Arabic, you'll see a lot of people, like for example, this person, they talk about how this surah, as soon as they started listening to it, it just changed all of their life, man. It added so much barakah into their life, and it really prevented poverty. So look, if there's proof that normal people are listening to the surah, and then all of a sudden it just prevents poverty, proof within the surah itself and how it can prevent poverty, in my own life as well, that should just show you this surah is unbelievable, man. The Quran is unbelievable. So I'll be explaining to you exactly why does it prevent poverty, and this is gonna literally, bro, after you finish this video, you're just gonna want to go and just listen to the surah, read the surah, because now you're just like you're gonna start looking at it from a whole different lens. You'll find it so much more beautiful. So I'm hoping I'll be able to deliver this whole knowledge to you and you'll find it beautiful. So right off the bat, Surah Al-Waqi'ah, what it talks about is that there's three groups of people. So three groups of people. Basically, first class, economy, and then just hell. This is literally it. So here it tells you you will all be divided into three groups. The first group is the people of the right, and then people of the left, and then the foremost, and the foremost. Basically, it says the foremost, but it's basically the people that almost like you can think they're the ones that are first class. And so these are the people that are going to be in Jannah at the highest Jannah. These are the people that are going to be in the good Jannah, but these are the people that are unfortunate, man. So right off the bat, if it tells you there's going to be three groups of people, automatically, bro, this is like I even said in the course, I'm like, this should make you aim to become the one percenter. And so here's the thing, right? The one percenter. Even you talk to rich people, everybody has this idea of becoming the one percenter. So the first class is the one percenter. So automatically, when you read the surah, it's going to put in your mind that your aim, your goal should be to become a one percenter. And this right here is the definition of the magic of thinking big. There's a whole book about that. It's literally called The Magic of Thinking Big. And all that is telling you is that don't be limiting yourself. Like if you're thinking, for example, in Islamic terms, if you're thinking of going to Jannah, don't just be thinking of going to Jannah. Think of going to Jannah to Firdaus, the highest Jannah. So you should be the same thing too. And by the way, if you read the entire surah, right? The entire surah has so much imagery. All that it's talking about is that's putting imagery in your mind on how Jannah is going to be looking like, how the first class is going to be treated like, how the economy class is going to be treated like, and how the people in the miserable ones, how they're going to be treated like. And what did I tell you the entire time, bro? I told you that if you keep Jannah in mind, you'll keep infinity in mind. You'll constantly be thinking of infinity. And this is like the shortcut to always thinking big. So, for example, if right now you're living in this dunya and you're living in like a small house, you thinking of Jannah is always going to be putting in your mind thoughts of you thinking of always like big house, beautiful mansions, rivers just flowing, lots of servants, all these beautiful things that you will be getting in Jannah. So if you're constantly thinking of all these beautiful things, your mind is not going to be the same as someone who's poor. Poor people, they never think of like all these beautiful, unlimited things. Like the first class, they're going to be sitting on jeweled thrones. Think of these jeweled thrones, and they're going to be sitting reclined, and they will have eternal youths coming to them with cups and like pitchers and drinks, drinking like beautiful drinks coming from things that are just flowing, and then they never get headaches, they never get like pain, and they'll be getting any fruit that they want, any meat that they want. They will have maidens with gorgeous eyes. They will have pearls, everything, like everything that you see in this life, everything, bro, that you see in this life. Think of it like in Jannah. It's also there because that's literally how it is. It's also there, except unlimited, infinite. And that's why Allah wants you to see the beautiful things in this life. Like Allah put these beautiful things in this life for you to look at and to be grateful and just think it's like, dang, bro, this is the exact same thing I'll be receiving in Jannah, but unlimited, infinite. And then what's so beautiful is that even when you look at the people, the economy people, they still have a very beautiful life. And then look at this, you'll never hear people complaining or like saying stupid things, only like beautiful words coming out of people's mouths. And the same thing here with the people, the economy people, like just fruits, abundance in fruits, and these fruits are going to be delicious. Like you look at the fruit and it's like it's the same fruit that you've eaten in this life, except that every time you taste it, it gets better and better. And you'll have beautiful, like just beautiful everything, right? And so Allah's giving you all this imagery right here, so that as you're reciting it, you're thinking of all these beautiful things. And I told you, like if you've watched all my videos, bro, what's in your mind, you'll start seeing it in real life. So if you're always thinking in poverty, you'll start seeing more poverty. But then think about this: if you're always thinking, like you're looking at the beautiful things, and you're just like, I'll be getting those exact same things but with infinity in Jannah, and you're always having that in your mind. So as a result, you'll always be thinking big, you'll always be thinking in infinity. And this is what you need to be doing. Like Allah Himself is telling you that this is what you need to be thinking like. Stop thinking in lack all the time. Allah is not lacking. Allah is infinite, and Allah wants you to also like know that Allah is infinite, so that you always have this within your heart. And this is why Surah Al-Waqiah, as soon as you recite it, it kills poverty, because it kills the poverty in the mind first. Now here's the thing, right? By the way, I can go on and on talking about how, like, just how you thinking of Jannah is going to make this life even better. Like, for example, there's proof within Hadith too that says that if you just keep Jannah in mind, even this life is going to come crawling to you, because this life you'll see it as nothing. And now, because you've lowered the importance of this life, it'll come easier. It's almost like as if when you go and get the mail, right? When you go and get the mail, you're not thinking like, oh man, this mail is so hard to go and get. It's all the way up here, and it's like such a big deal. You don't think like that. You just go, move your legs, open the mail, get the mail, go home, and that's it. So this is what, when you think of Jannah, is gonna make this life feel like you're just going out and getting the mail, and that's it. Which is what you need to be thinking like anyway. But I'm hoping you're understanding this. Like, this is gonna put you in the magic of thinking big. You're always going to be thinking of Jannah constantly. But here's the thing: a lot of you guys are going to be like, "Well, okay, but then like this ayah is telling me to think of all these beautiful things, but then why is it talking about how, like, why is it talking about the miserable people, the people that are going to be in hell?" And then it's telling you that these people are going to be scorching heat. They're going to have boiling water, black smoke. The smoke itself is going to be hot, and then they're going to be like, they're going to be getting tormented because these people were persistent in sin. Why would Allah put this imagery in my mind about the punishment of hell? And you know why Allah is putting this imagery in your mind? Because here's the thing: the surah itself, right? The surah itself is called the inevitable. Where is it? Where's the translation? So the inevitable, when the inevitable event happens. So here Allah's basically going to be telling you about everything that's inevitable. So anything that you see in this life is not inevitable. But what's going to be coming for sure is Jannah and hell. What should that make you think like? Here's a beautiful quote that I want you to basically take one of those note cards and write this quote in it. This quote says, until hell fire, all failure is psychological. Bro, this quote should change your life, bro. Change your life. The only failure in this life is hell, the hellfire. Which means, if right now you're living like a depressed life, did you fail? Did you get defeated? Are you done? No. Why? Because you're not in hellfire. Allah Himself is telling you right here. There are two inevitable things that are going to be happening. Two inevitable things: Jannah and hell. So if right now you're not in hell, what the heck are you so sad about? What the heck are you so depressed about? Why are you even depressed, bro? If you're in poverty, why are you freaking depressed? Are you in hell? No. So get out of that mentality because you haven't failed, which means you still have a lot of time to go and do things. Go and do good. Do anything. Even Muhammad ﷺ told you that even if the day of judgment is coming right now and you have a seed in your hand of a tree, go plant the seed. So even if you're about to die, go and plant the seed. And this is the most beautiful thing I learned, bro. Literally, bro, like write this whole quote somewhere and always be reading it. Until hellfire, all failure is psychological. Until hellfire, all defeat is psychological. There's no defeat. It's all in the mind. Again, it's all in the mind. And so the surah, it's so beautiful because it's coming to literally reprogram your mind. I've never seen such a more beautiful surah. I mean, obviously there are, but it's just because I think this one I've read the most, right? But I'm telling you, this is why I'm like, if a hadith tells you to do good, if someone comes and tells you, no, this hadith is not even sahih, don't worry about that, bro. There's a reason why. If it's telling you to do good, that's it. Learn, like, do some research. Why is it the Surah Al-Waqiah prevents poverty? And why did Muhammad ﷺ too? Like, think about this stuff. Why did Muhammad ﷺ used to read Surah Al-Mulk and Surah Sajda before he goes to sleep? Literally, like, think about that. Think about all these things. So these things are not by accident. So this surah, again, like, the reason why it prevents poverty is not by accident. It literally reprograms your whole mind. Listen, Habibi, listen. This stuff that I'm telling you right now, right? This stuff. I've read countless books about success. Napoleon Hill. I mean, mostly just Napoleon Hill. No, honestly, like if you see, like you look at, where is it? My books right here. But then if you see my phone, because I read most of my books on the phone, even if you look at my phone, it's a bunch of books, more books than this, and they're all about success because I care about this stuff. But this surah literally summarizes everything that you need to know. Everything. And Napoleon Hill talks about how do you get out of failure? How should you reprogram your mind about failure? Allah Himself is telling you right here two inevitable things that are going to be happening. If you're not in hell, you haven't failed, bro. You're still here, so you haven't failed. You're still good. Go and do more things. So beautiful, man. So this is why Allah's putting all this imagery in your mind, man. But then also, it's like Allah's telling you that these people, when they used to be in this life, they used to always be like doubting. They used to always be thinking like they're above everybody else in the wrong sense. And they have no proof of that too. So look, like the people that went to hell, these people think it's like, oh, this is all the life that I have. There's no other life. And by the way, it says that these people, they were spoiled by luxury, right? But it's not spoiled by luxury. These people were indulging. This word right here, indulging. So these people, think of it like if you ask a rich person, right? And you ask them anything, how did you become successful? Oh, it's because I had discipline, I was consistent, and I was like, every day I'm just like, do the boring things, and then eventually I became rich, right? But what's when you look at a poor person, as soon as they get money, immediately they go and buy like the most expensive things because these people, they indulge. These people that pretend to be rich, they indulge in things. So even like they were spoiled by luxury, these people were not even rich in this life, just so you know. Some might be rich, but most of them are just poor. But the only similarity between those people is that they were always indulging. So this is what you call instant gratification. These people, they just want dopamine. Like they can't control themselves. They're always indulging in things and they're always impulsive. So this is one of the characteristics of the people that are going to be in hell. So right now, ask yourself, like, are you impulsive? Are you always trying to indulge in things? Because if you don't have discipline, if you're always looking for instant gratification, this is a bad trait. And this is literally the trait of the people that went to hell. So then as a result, and once again, bro, read any of these books right here. Literally any of these books, literally any of them. Like I'm looking at them and it's like all of them talk about the same thing in terms of success. They're always like have discipline and don't fall into instant gratification. And Allah Himself is telling you right here, like if you want to be one of the people that fail, you're always thinking of instant gratification. So this is the thing. And then the beautiful thing right here, bro. So the ayah, I mean the surah continues, and then it mentions four things. And by the way, this is all about why Surah Al-Waqiah, as soon as you read it, is going to destroy poverty because it reprograms your whole mind. So here Allah is saying, have you seen what you ejaculate? Now look, this word tumnun, it has two different meanings, right? It means many, which is literally your sperm, but it also means umni, which is what you wish for. So Allah is saying, like, it's almost like both meanings are within this one word. So it's like, have you seen what you emit? Like the sperm that creates life. And have you seen the desires, like the wishes that you have? Then Allah's saying, is it you? Is it you that's creating? Like, are you the one that's creating these things? Or is it Allah that's creating it? And I just want you to listen to this, okay? So Allah's telling you, put your attention on this thing. Your wish or the sperm that's creating life. Is it you that's making that or Allah? That's the first thing, okay? And then once again, have you seen what you sow? So this is like when you do farming, right? So it's putting your attention on the fact that you can put a seed into the ground and then this seed grows into a tree. So the earth. So the very first thing is like the sperm or the desire or the wish. The second thing is the earth, the farming, how a tree comes out. So Allah's saying, like, is it you that's making this thing grow or Allah? And then third thing, this is the third thing. Have you seen the water that you drink? The water. So this is the third thing, the water. Because Allah's saying it's like, is it you that's making this water come down from the clouds or is it Allah? And then Allah's saying it's like, we could have literally made this whole water bitter. And we could have literally made this land, like, destroy it. And we could have, even the sperm, we could have stopped it. Which is, it's insane, right? But then it continues. It's like, have you seen the fire now? The fire. The fire that you ignite. So all these things, right? And then it's like Allah saying, like, this fire, it came to you so that you can be reminded of the hellfire and use it as, like, useful things in this life. But Allah just literally said four things, right? Four things. So the fire, water, earth, and then desires, or like your wishes, or even sperm, or desires, or wishes. Wishes. So four things. Allah's mentioning these four things, bro. Where did I go? I think I just erased one. Where did it go? Anyway, so fire, water, earth, and the wishes. He probably would have been thinking fire, water, earth, and then wind, right? But Allah's telling you, like, all these things, no matter who you are, you could be extremely broke, you could be extremely rich, you could be homeless, you could be anybody, bro. Allah's telling you, why won't you be grateful for these things? Why won't you be grateful for these things? Allah's giving you the power to create life. That's the first thing. And Allah's telling you, remember, it's not you that's doing it, it's Allah. Allah gave you the power to create land, trees, things. And just remember, it's not you that's doing it, it's just Allah. Allah gave you the power of water. Remember, it's not you that's doing it, it's Allah. Allah gave you the power of fire. But it's not you that's doing it, it's just Allah. So all these things, every human on earth has these things. So shouldn't you be grateful? So why is Allah telling you, look at all these things? Why? Habibi, that's all it is. Increase gratitude. Because what did Allah say? What did Allah say? The more grateful you are, the more I increase. In Surah Ibrahim. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. The more grateful you are, the more I increase. But grateful for what? Am I supposed to be grateful for my house? Grateful for my money? Grateful for this? What if I don't have any of these things? You still have everything to be grateful for. Everything. All of humanity has access to all these things. By the way, even the fire. Just so you know, don't come here and tell me, oh, I can't even cook my food. I don't even have fire. You do realize electricity in of itself is a type of fire. There is red fire and white fire. White fire is like lightning. Lightning is in electricity. It's white fire. So even you have all of this stuff. So shouldn't you be grateful? And then automatically, as soon as you're grateful, Allah's going to increase you in anything. Allah's going to increase you in the wealth. Allah's going to increase you in rizq. So even if you can't you can't get married, right? You can't get married. Understand that marriage is a form of rizq. Having a beautiful wife or a beautiful husband is a form of rizq. So if you don't have that, how grateful are you? for these things. Literally for these things. Because as soon as you start emitting this gratitude emotion, this emotion is almost like it's the signature for receiving. So then if the more grateful you become, the more Allah is going to increase you because you're always in a state of being thankful for what you're getting. You're always in a state of receiving. You're always open. If you're always open, Allah's always going to be giving you. But now if you're always closed like this, you're not even grateful for anything. How is Allah going to increase you? You don't even want to be increased because you're not grateful for anything. So this is the beauty. Like again, this surah is so beautiful, man. So like this is the first thing. It's going to increase you in gratitude. The simplest things is going to make you grateful. And then until hellfire, all defeat is psychological. And then when you keep Jannah in your mind, then you're always thinking big of becoming the one percenter. But then here's the beauty, right? Allah's saying, because of all of this, فَسَبِّحْ بِاسْمِ رَبِّكَ الْعَظِيمِ, glorify the name of your Lord, the greatest. And this right here, bro, like this you could say is literally like the secret for Surah Al-Waqiah. When you do tasbih for Allah's name, Al-Azim, this is where you literally exit time and space. If you ever want to exit time and space to the point that where you have infinite time, infinite space, where you're not even here, it's just you become with the infinite, the way to do that is tasbih. Listen, this requires a whole other video, but I actually made similar videos to this whole thing about how do you exit time and space, how do you reach a state where you're just connected to the infinite, how do you reach a state where you just say kun fayakun, not through you, again, it's not through you. Have you seen what you wish for? Is it you that's creating it or Allah? It's Allah, so it's not even you, but you're supposed to be the one that is capable of receiving these things. So how do you do that? Get out of time and space. And the way to do that, tasbih. You know what's so beautiful? Even the word tasbih, it comes from the word sabaha. Sabaha. You know what sabaha means? Like you swim. Swim. So it's almost like the more tasbih you do, the more you start swimming with the flow of Allah. And the flow of Allah is the best flow. The best flow is better than yours. Like if you have plans, Allah is always planning, and the plan of Allah is way better than yours, bro. It destroys your plan. So if you're always planning, if you're always flowing with the will of Allah, you'll see yourself in such a place where you're just like, how did I even reach such a place, bro? That's insane. So the way to do this is that if you just keep Allah in mind, right? Keep Allah in mind and realize that the majesty of Allah is all around you. The beauty of Allah is all around you. The greatness of Allah is all around you. All of it. I mean, that's why Allah is trying to put your attention on the water, the fire, the everything, and all these things, because this shows the power of Allah. These things, by the way, even the fire, understand this right here, right? Allah saying, أَفَرَأَيْتُمُ النَّارَ الَّتِي تُورُونَ. This word does not mean ignite. Allah saying, turun. Turun. It's like Allah is allowing you to see the fire, which means it implies you were never supposed to even be able to see the fire. You were never supposed to be able to see the fire. Because think about it. We can see solid, we can see liquid. Can you see gas in your eyes? You can never see gas. So how are you able to see the fire? Like just you being able to see the fire in of itself is a great thing. It shows you that the fire is not from this world. And I made a whole different video about how water is not even from this world, which is insane. Like these things, Allah's given it to you, the greatest things in existence, and you don't even care about it, which is so funny, bro. So Allah's telling you, like, all these things that have been given you is all proof that you're dealing with Al-Azim, the greatest. So as a result, because Allah is Al-Azim, glorify it. Keep your attention on Allah, on His greatness, and then as a result, you'll start swimming with the will of Allah. And this is the most beautiful thing. There is a hadith that says even too, it's like when Allah loves you because you're coming closer to Allah with the obligatory acts, at some point Allah is going to become the eyes in which you see with, the ears in which you hear with, the hands in which you touch things with, even the legs in which you walk with. And the way for you to reach that is in this name right here, Al-Azim. Al-Azim. And you're supposed to be in the state, like you're supposed to start getting this feeling that Allah is truly Al-Azim. By the way, this, because we see these things all around us, right? The fire, the earth, the water, even the fact sperm, bro. Like this little thing can create life. That's actually insane. We see all these things, so then we get used to it. But if you start seeing these things, and then you understand that these things are literally not from this world, forget about all what science said about how fire is made from this, and that. So all of that is false. How water is made from this, all of that. Forget about all of that. These things that we have, they're not from this world. And then when you look at these things, it's going to put you in a state where you literally move from belief, faith, to now you have yaqeen, certainty, to the point that now you're no one can come and shake you and tell you that Allah doesn't exist, or Allah doesn't provide, or you're supposed to be poor because Allah wants you. No one can ever come and shake you from these things because now you have certainty. Certainty. And this is why Allah even finishes the entire surah in هذا له حق اليقين. This is the absolute truth, all of this stuff. And then once again Allah repeats, so glorify Bismi Rabbika al-Azim. Because all of this is supposed to literally move you from faith to now you have certainty. And when you have certainty, by the way, certainty just means a knowing. So now it's like you know Allah is running the entire world. Now you don't have faith. You know. You know. This is truly what everybody needs to start reaching, bro. Doesn't matter who you are. Stop thinking I need to be a sheikh. I need to be someone. Forget who you are, man. It's just when you're certain that Allah exists, Allah is always here. And if I just suppress my will and follow the will of Allah, I'm certain that this is going to put me in a better place. This is how you 100x your life, bro. Literally, this is how you 100x your life. And this is why this entire surah, it prevents poverty. Because Allah wants you to start moving with the will of Allah. Like imagine right now I come to you and I'm just like, have you seen what I've done to you? This wasn't you, this was me. Have you seen this that I did to you? This wasn't you, this was me. Have you seen this? This wasn't you, this was me. It's almost like I'm trying to tell you that, bro, you have no power. You have no power. All the power it was all with me. So just follow me. I'll give you a better life. Forget what you've been doing all along. Just follow me. I'll give you a better life. So this is what Allah's saying here. And it's so beautiful because Allah's like, look at all these beautiful things that I've given you, bro. All these beautiful things I've been giving you. And the entire time you thought it was all you. The entire time. It was all Allah the whole time. My voice is going away, man. So when you follow Allah, what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen, man. You reach first class in Jannah. This is why the surah is so beautiful to the point that I lost my voice. But yeah, man. So this lesson that I just gave you right now, it was from this beautiful course. And by the way, this course, I even said 100% of successful people, they don't even know why they're successful. None of them know why they're successful. Why? Because it's Allah that's making them successful. And by the way, these are laws of the universe. Because when you start getting into a state where you know that every failure that you've gone through is not the end, because people would think until death, all defeat is psychological, which is true. But here I'm telling you a step further. Until hellfire, all defeat is psychological. It's all in the mind. And because it's all in the mind, fix the mind. And the people, you'll see this in everybody. Every successful person, they're always thinking big. They're always thinking in terms of infinity. All of them know that there's enough money to everybody in the world, and that's why they're able to get money easily because they don't have lacking and scarcity mentality. This whole thing about scarcity mentality it's a big deal. Everybody's living in scarcity mentality, but Allah Himself is telling you in this surah, don't be living in scarcity mentality. Do you not believe that Allah is the greatest? So then why are you living in scarcity mentality? But what's sad is that you'll see like non-Muslim people, the ones that are rich, not the poor ones, the rich ones, like not the broke ones. These are the people that are always thinking in terms of infinity. And by the way, you'll present this Quran to the rich people. It's so funny because they're more inclined to know that this is the truth, which is so funny, bro. And then on top of that, they know that the more grateful you are, the better your life is going to become. Because you'll just be vibrating at a higher frequency. Which is so funny. It takes non-Muslims to start figuring this stuff out when Allah Himself is telling you. Read Surah Al-Waqiah, you'll notice that it destroys poverty. It gives you, literally, bro, think of it like All the success books combined in one place, all on a silver platter, which is beautiful. So do you see now why I believe in this course so much? I even started updating this course even more because I'm like, bro, this course is insane. So I made this whole challenge, right? This isn't even included in the sales page. So I'm like, so I told you. I gave people a challenge, a 40 night challenge, that as soon as you do it, Allah's gonna turn. Where is it? What did he even call? What was the name? Allah will make your dream life a reality. By the way, which I believe it does include Surah Al-Waqi'ah. I forgot what it includes. That's so funny. But this course is beautiful, man. So again, I didn't want to keep this. Didn't want to keep this in like behind the paywall. But I'm hoping you're gonna benefit, and I'm hoping you're gonna actually do something with this surah. Read it every day, bro. Every day. Trust me, you'll notice that it's gonna change your life. Like it's insane. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful surah. So I'm hoping this was helpful. If you found it helpful, click the link in the description about the course. But I'm hoping this whole video was helpful, man. If it was, just let me know.